So I finally decided to make the move over to solderless patch cables on my pedal board. Now, I have been a user of soldered patch cables for as long as I've had a pedal board. I probably built my first pedal board maybe around about 2007. So it's been nearly 20 years of only trusting soldered cables. But my buddy Phil runs a company called Pedalpatch, and I've decided to team up with him for another video which is coming very soon on the channel, where I rewire my entire pedal board with solderless patch cables. But in this video, I want to show you just how easy it is to actually put one of these things together, and how kind of quick you can actually have custom length cable. So this is a single cable from Pedalpatch. This is just one of the small packs that he sells, and in here is a length of cable and 2 connectors. Now the cool thing with this is you can have this as straight patch cables or right angle jacks with the same actual kit. You don't actually have to change anything. And unless you're cutting the cable length, the only thing you actually need to make this work is a screwdriver. So I'm going to open this up and show you just how quick and easy it is to actually make up one of these cables. Before I open this up and show you guys how easy it is to put one of these together, I just want to let you guys know that Pedalpatch are not paying me to make this video, but my buddy Phil over at Pedalpatch has sent me a load of these for the purpose of making my new pedal board, which is going to be in my pedal board build series, which is coming very, very soon. All the thoughts and opinions in this video are my own. So this is his single pack, as I said. Now, the cool thing with Pedalpatch is they are really low profile connectors. You can see a bit of a features list going on there with a bunch of reasons why these are really, really useful. So the fact that they're low profile is great, because if you have a big pedal board, you can cram a lot on there. And obviously they're quick to assemble. So that in itself is great, because you're not going to sit there for hours and hours putting cables together. Now, he does sell bigger kits, so if you need to order 10 or more cables, you can buy that as a complete set from him. And he has a bunch of tools like a cable cutter, which is designed for cutting these cables. I'm just going to leave the cable as it is for now, but if I need to, I will shorten it at a later date. So I'm going to open this up, and we're going to put a cable together. Now, this is the first time I've actually put one of these together, but I've seen Phil do it quite a lot, so I'm pretty confident that I'm not going to mess it up. So, as I said, inside, you get your length of cable, and you get 2 of these connectors. Now, these are held on with a screw. You can either put the cable through the bottom here and have a right angle connection, or you can have it coming out the back, and that's really useful if you use something like a looper system like a gig rig, because all the jacks are mounted on the rear of the unit. I predominantly find that things I need tend to be right angle jacks, so that's what I'm going to go with for this. Then you have the length of cable. This is probably like maybe 1 meter of cable. It's probably way more than you'd need for a patch lead. I'm literally going to make it up at this length now just for the purpose of showing how to do this, but I will probably chop this down at some point as well. But it's incredibly simple. I mean, in fact, this is so long, you could probably buy a couple more of these from the Pedalpatch store and actually maybe even get 3 patch cables out of that length. So there's a good amount of cable there. So this is how easy these are to make. Now, there are instructions on the back of the card that comes with it. So all you have to do is remove the screw from the connector, cut the cable to length, which we're not going to be doing, push the cable firmly into the connector, then you either bend it if you want the right angle or leave it straight if you want the straight connection, insert the screw again, tighten it, and there you go. So that sounds pretty straightforward, so let's give it a try. So I'm going to take out the screw. Like I said, all you need for this is a crosshead screwdriver. That's going to come out. Don't lose that, because that holds the back of the plug on. Take that off like so. Now you'll notice on the connector there's a slight groove here. That is for the right angle bending of the cable, and likewise on the cap there is also that same groove. Those need to be lined up to allow for a hole to be there. That's where the right angle cable will pass through. If you don't line those up, there's not going to be a hole, and obviously the cable's not going to pass through. So the first thing we do is take our cable and we push it into here. So inside here, you can't see it on camera, but there's a pin in there which is going to penetrate the center of the cable. So I'm going to push that in real firmly, And actually, when you've pushed it in, it's kind of got a bit of a grip already. So you'll know if you've pushed it in far enough because that's not just going to fall off. So again, just give it a good push, make sure it's in there. Once you've done that, we then need to put the cap on. Now, there are two different ways to do this. If you're going to do a right angle connection like I'm going to, you bend the cable and then this pushes on over the top. If you're going for a straight jack, you need to thread this over the cable. So you actually have to push the cable through like so and get that down the length of the cable so it goes on like that. Now, if you're doing this, what I would recommend is this method works fine when you're putting one side on, but when you're putting the other side on, I can't thread that over this side of the cable now. So I would put this on first and then push the plug on the second time. Now I'm going to be doing this in the right angle method, so I don't need to do that. So I'm going to once again go back to this position now where the cable just goes into the plug. I'm going to bend it into that groove, and then this cap is going to line up and push on like so. Line up the screw hole, and then that screw that you took earlier and put to one side, put that in, and then tighten. Once that's tightened all the way in, we have a connection. Now, I'm just going to do the same thing on the other side. So I'm going to put that down and very quickly just repeat those steps. Now that I've done it once, I can do the second time even quicker. So this will give you an idea of how quick you can actually do this. Screw out, put to one side, cap off, cable, push into the plug until it's firmly in. Bend it at 90 degrees, put the cap on, push that into place, screw into the slot, and then screw that in. Make sure that screw gets right in there. And there we go. I've made a solderless patch cable. So that is as quick and easy as it is to actually put one of these things together. Now, like I said, I'm going to be doing my entire pedal board with these. There's going to be a video series on me doing that coming up very soon. So big thank you to Phil for hooking me up with these amazing cables. I've wanted to get my hands on some of these for a while, so it's really cool that Phil's coming on board and helping out with that pedal board build. So yeah, if you want to get involved with some solderless cables, there is a link down below in the description to the Pedalpatch website. You can go check these things out. He also does custom orders, so if you need a size of cable set that he doesn't have available in his store, drop him a message and he will be able to sort that out for you. Let me know what you think of the idea of solderless cables. Do you trust them? Do you think the technology and the quality of these has come on far enough for people to actually rely on? Personally, I do, because I'm going to trust my pedal board with these I use for touring. But what do you guys think? Let me know down below in the comments. While you're doing that, don't forget to hit the like button and the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys soon. Thanks for watching.